Biochar is a fancy word for charcoal. Charcoal is wood that has been burned, but generally without the presence of oxygen, so it's called pyrolyzed, and everything except basically the old cell walls is no longer present. It's this big. It's like a microbial reef. It's like a you know what a reef looks like in the ocean with all these holes and everybody's living in there. That's where the life is flourishing. Biochar is like that. It has that functional capacity, charcoal, and you can just straight make charcoal. You can buy charcoal, but if you've got a lot of slash and brambles and brush and stuff like that, instead of having a brush fire, you can make charcoal, and then that's a really wonderful fertility amendment. Because it will increase the exchange capacity, it'll hold all these things. A really good thing to do with these trace elements, another way to apply them, is get a 5-gallon bucket full of biochar and solubilize your manganese sulfate or your copper sulfate or whatever it is, and then pour it into that bucket of biochar and let it sit there for a little while. And all those trace elements will get sucked into the biochar, and they will be basically there and held, but not soluble. So then you can take that biochar and either put it down in your compost pile or else put it down in the field. So that's a really good way of transitioning it. So I would use as much biochar as I could get my hands on. The biggest issue is cost.
Yeah, I've heard that putting certain amounts of biochar down per year can
have a negative effect.
Yeah, have a negative effect. Burn your.
I don't think it burns. So what biochar is basically it's a massive empty tank. It's like an exchange capacity of 50 with a pH of 1. It's got all these bonding sites with nothing attached to any of them. And so if you put a lot of biochar into your garden that hasn't been treated, hasn't had anything added to it, it'll basically suck all the nutrients out of your soil, and then it'll be competing with your plants for production. So you take your biochar and you mix it with trace elements, or you put it in your compost pile, and it takes all those goodies and juices and sucks them up, and then you put that into the soil, and that's a really wonderful amendment.